Over the years, Kenya Revenue Authority has invested in technology that not only enhance service delivery to taxpayers, but also go a long way in boosting revenue collection. The latest digitizing program is the Itax. The name Itax has today become synonymous with efficiency, convenience, and compliance. Itax provides an integrated view of a taxpayer, making it easier for taxpayers to access various tax administration services. An important aspect that is worth noting is that customer satisfaction with Itax is already quite high, as evidenced by an electronic tracking survey that we are undertaking as taxpayers utilize the service. By the latest count, 76% of taxpayers rated their experience with Itax as good to excellent, while 18% rated it as fair.
From the perspective of the Capital Markets Authority, the Kenya Revenue Authority plays a very critical role in really providing leadership and direction when we're looking at tax reform in the country. We see our engagement with the Kenya Revenue Authority as being very central to ensuring that as we see the markets growing, as we see increased fund flows coming into the country, as well as critically more Kenyans having an opportunity to participate in the capital markets, that throughout that period, the collection of tax and the minimization of leakage of tax is really addressed in the most effective manner possible.
Kenya Revenue Authority plays a very significant role in fulfilling the aspirations of the Kenyan people. It is the organization that has been mandated to collect tax from Kenyans and then safeguard that tax for purpose of ensuring it's properly deployed to further the dreams and aspirations of the Kenyan people.
For our relationship, I would say, with KRA has been a very exciting one. You know, they have been an outlier in adopting early means of digitizing collection. So if you look at lately, in the last 2 years, last year they launched their payment gateway, which has enabled a number of banks to be able to connect different networks in Kenya to enhance collections. And I think the objective here is to try and double the revenue collection in the country in the next 1 or 2 years.
The reason we picked technology as a theme is first, it is consistent with the government's strategy to use technology and ICT specifically to address public management issues. And secondly is because for us it's become clear over time that technology offers the real solution to many of the challenges that we face, including dealing with a large taxpayer population and complex processes. So technology can come in there and really help us to get rid of a lot of the redundancies that we have in terms of staff usage, and therefore deploy our resources, especially human resources, better.
I think we welcome the use of technology by KRA because it enables everyone to pay their taxes on time, in full, error-free, and the ease of doing business, because we can do it from our computers, from our mobile phones, from wherever we are. And really, I think the response time also is much faster, and that makes sure it makes us very sure that our money is going in the right direction.
It's a great delight for us in petroleum industry because it used to take us a long time to process documentation and pay our taxes and duties. As you know, we pay our taxes and duties immediately. We get an outturn of product. And what we have seen with Itax is it really made life easy, very easy to reconcile what you've paid to the bank, what taxes you've paid, and then you use the same documentation then to get your product from the common user system, which is managed by the Kenya Pipeline Company. And we commend KRA for going towards that direction, and we want them to rest assured that we are their partners.
Adopting modern ways of digitizing payments isn't something we see often in our markets in the region. So because we work in each of these countries, Kenya is among the first revenue authorities to establish a digital payment platform through a gateway. We like to see that integrated within the region into one center, whether it's customs or direct taxes, indirect taxes, and we should see more of this. Obviously, in the outlook, few years now, we like to see a one-set integrated payment system for taxes.
They've actually removed the wasteful processes in the activity. By removing those wasteful activities, they've reduced the time frame it takes to do a filing and a tax payment. And Itax has achieved that. It has fantastically achieved that. This journey, KRA needs to continue on.
I think making tax payments efficient is a really important thing for governments. And you know, in Kenya we are fortunate because we have mobile money. So M-Pesa, for example, is something that we've been working not just with the KRA but with many of the local governments and the local counties to improve revenue collections.
We at Equity Bank compare Kenya and the other countries that we are operating in, and we are so impressed with what Kenya Revenue have been able to do because when they pay contractors, when they pay salaries of civil servants on time, the economic machines keep on turning, and that's how nations are developed.
So this is a very commendable action that we've seen, in my view, and we must thank and congratulate KRA for the effort they put in place. Obviously, it's very adaptive. When you look at technology, it changes every other year. We perhaps will see a vision of a payment gateway for East Africa in the next 2 to 3 years, and an Africa-wide payment gateway, like it happens in other markets, like in Asia, European markets, and American markets.
KRA has become perhaps showcases what a regulator or an enforcer of the law could actually do with the public. Just the fact that you have a taxpayers week means you're so cognizant of who you partner with to be able to help you build the taxes that you need to build. I think it's something that can be emulated by very many other organizations in the country in a similar role or function.
In terms of efficiency you talk about, it saved me how much time in audit, expense and the rest. It saved me personnel time in terms of my people are not tied up just trying to get my taxes in order and save me on penalties and interest. They can go ahead and do other business for me.
Itax is really the product we've been waiting for, if I may say that. It's been long in coming, but it's here. Itax provides the taxpayers across the board with a platform that they can use to transact any kind of business that they wish to do with the Kenya Revenue Authority.